Is it fair? Is it fair to ask Barack Obama about his pastor? Have you been hearing that audio? It's been on a Fox News channel, I know, and the Rush Limbaugh radio program also has some. The man who's the pastor of Barack Obama's church has some very strong and unusual opinions. For example, the attacks of 9/11, he thinks they're America's fault. Attitudes towards whites, this guy seems to have some pretty negative ones. It's a peace and justice ministry. It seems to be kind of a black nationalism ministry. It seems to be a ministry which is rooted in anti-white bigotry. And so the question is asked, is it fair to hold Barack Obama accountable for what his religious leader teaches? Well, I tell you what, if you remember the Mitt Romney campaign, I think you'll have an answer to that question. I believe that Mitt Romney was raked over the coals day in and day out for what his religion teaches, and yet Barack Obama has not been asked question one about what his religion teaches. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. There is an unusual double standard which applies to Senator Obama in this campaign. Criticism of him is invariably called racism. That's not fair. In fact, it's a species of racism itself. The man has for 20 years attended a certain church. For most of those years, that same pastor has been preaching in that pulpit. He's been giving sermons like that Sunday after Sunday, year after year, and Barack Obama has been sitting there drinking it all in. The man's preaching seemed, in my view, to be awfully intolerant of white people and awfully negative towards America. And yet Barack Obama has felt comfortable there. I believe that ought to be explained. And he says, oh, this is just a guy at the church I attend. Well, you know the title of Senator Obama's book, The Audacity of Hope? That title is borrowed from this pastor. So if we could ask John Kennedy what role the Pope would play in his administration, if we could ask Mitt Romney what role the Mormon Church would play in his, then I think it's about time we ask Senator Barack Obama what role his very controversial pastor plays in his administration if he's elected, and what role he plays in his life. Because what this guy is saying is kooky. And if Barack Obama believes that, he needs to say so. And if he doesn't, he needs to say that as well.